Hello and welcome back. In this video, we'll introduce the risk management process as defined as ISO 14971. We will provide an overview of four main stages of the process. Before getting into the stages of the risk management, let's try to understand what risk management is. So risk management is a systematic process for identifying, analyzing, evaluating, and controlling all the risk that is associated with a medical device, right? So first you have to identify what risks are present, whether that be in your design or in your process, and you have to analyze how severe that risk is, right? And then you evaluate them and then try to find out this way that you can control it. Maybe you have to do a design changes, or you might have to increase your quality inspection on your production and things like that. So that basically what risk management entails. And before we talked about the four stages of risk management, the four things that you kind of need to understand in risk management is the following, so please pay very careful attention. The first one being risk analysis, right? And then we have risk evaluation, we have risk control, and then we have post-market surveillance. But let's start with risk analysis. What is risk analysis? This step involves identifying hazards and estimating the risk that they pose, right? A lot of companies that I have worked with or have consulted usually use PFMEA, process FMEA, or design FMEA to kind of find and the risk associated with their devices, and we'll talk more on this later. The second one is risk evaluation. This stage involves comparing the estimated risk with the pre-established criteria that you have determined whether they're acceptable or not, right? So usually you'll have something called risk matrix, and you'll say, hey, medium risk is okay, low risk is okay, but high risk is not okay. We need to risk control, right? So that brings me to risk control. What is risk control? This is the stage that involves implementing measures to reduce unacceptable risk to an acceptable level. So here it could be design changes and things that if the risk from your device is really unacceptable, you have to change the design of your device so that the risk is mitigated. And the fourth is post-production process. This is also called pre-market surveillance, where you look at the data that's coming from outside, like from the field, and take more information. Maybe the hazard that you have never thought about might be present in your device. So now you account for those hazards, right? And how to lower the risk. So those are the four stages of risk management. To conclude, risk management process is an iterative and ongoing journey that requires constant vigilance. So to follow the four stages outlined in ISO 14971, companies have to ensure the safety and effectiveness of their medical device and protect patients from harm. So that's all I have for this video. In the next video, we'll discuss the risk analysis portion in more detail. Don't think that this is it, because these topics are pretty bulky, and this four stages basically makes up your risk management. All the other topics that we have covered before kind of leads up to this, right? You have to know the key concepts, and now you have to analyze the risk, you have to evaluate the risk, you have to control the risk that are in higher category or that you think that it needs to be controlled, and then you review your product risk over time, right? So like I said, we'll talk about risk analysis in next lecture, and that being said, I'll see you guys in the next lecture. Thank you.